We got Davey Suicide, and it's got to be on Hollywood,
Yes.
California, if I am not mistaken. Tell us about that shit.
I think you grow up thinking that Hollywood is this glamorous place where everyone becomes a star, and I've seen a lot more lives taken and blasted off to the stratosphere, I think.
Right.
So that was just kind of the spin on it, how everyone sees it a certain way on television. And when you live here, you see the cascade a little differently.
See the dark side, you see many have come, few have achieved.
It swallows a lot of people up. I think, you got to become great and then you move here. You don't, it doesn't just magically happen for people.
Yeah, some tourists, I was just say they come here thinking a movie star is going to be hanging out on the street corner.
Yeah, and that's because that's how they make it seem.
Yeah.
But a lot of great things have happened, and if you work hard, things can happen here. And there's a lot of magic in here.
Absolutely, a lot of creative people.
Yes. So
Now, when you grew up here, what was some of that first music, some of that first, art that really grabbed you and made you want to go this direction?
Well, I grew up on the East Coast, but when I moved here, I'm trying to think. I think you always watch the older videos of like Guns N' Roses and White Zombie and Pantera and Metallica and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think when you're getting into music, that was really inspiring to see bands like that, and just how massive how they got just so massive and
right.
just reached so many people, and they were writing about stuff that just connected with a wide array of people in that genre. So that was interesting to me.
Yeah, man, you had MTV pumping it, and all of a sudden you could go from the, garage in Hollywood, then you're in everybody's living room. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. But you had to have great songs and a great thing first,
Yeah.
That's a lot of people forget. You need to have great
So obviously when you started making music, you understood, you could be this and do that, but without the songs, you can only go so far.
Yeah.
So who kind of inspired you? Who were some of those songwriters you looked up to, wow, they had a hell of a body of work?
I loved, as off-key as it is, I think Eminem, with the way he took the whole rap genre. Mm-hmm. I love what he did. I love, obviously, big Manson fan. Axl Rose and Guns N' Roses, I loved what they did. Even like My Chemical Romance had a great era of songs. And then, if you turn back, I loved like Queen and Pink Floyd and stuff like that. And then obviously Nine Inch Nails.
A lot of great stuff.
Yeah.
So now, I know this is the third album. So as the band, your music has evolved, when you were making this one, what did you want to achieve, and what do you feel most proud of accomplishing with these songs?
I think we wanted to make sure that the songs could be played in between, on the radio, in between Korn and Five Finger Death Punch and Papa Roach, In This Moment, bands like that, and it would not only stand up next to them, but it would also have a flair that was recognizable and as good, if not better, songwriting-wise as those bands, so that we would just charge into that world. And I think we achieved that. This new record hasn't come out yet, but I think the songs are just, they're a motherfucker of.
So you keep stepping it up. You feel like the songwriting's getting better, the production's getting better,
And this is the first time we brought in someone to help co-produce. Mm-hmm. We've done everything ourselves at this point. We've always just produced it ourselves.
Well, tell us who that was and how you decided that they were the right person.
It's a guy named Charles Masabo. He came in and co-produced, and then he ended up mixing the album. And it was kind of an accident. He worked with a buddy of ours, Falling in Reverse. He worked with them. Yeah. And he just added a new kind of flair to it and spun some of the songs in a direction that we just wouldn't have thought of. Mm-hmm. And then we had a good complementing thing going on. I think he injected a new life into it, which is cool.
That's great. Mm-hmm. Any songs in particular you're most excited about sharing with the fans?
We have, we don't know what the track listing's going to be, but there's a song called Rise Above. It's just such a monster opening song. We have a song called No Angel, which I think might be the best radio song we've ever written, and it was kind of an accident.
Okay.
There's a song called End of the War, which has a lot to do with this lawsuit we've been in with our former record label, and just kind of hitting rock bottom, and kind of feeling like you're unraveling a little bit, and then you just realize that you're still fighting.
Yeah.
And there is hope at the end of the whole fight. So yeah, there's a couple that are my favorites.
So you had to kind of extract yourself from a team that wasn't seeing your vision, or?
It wasn't even that. I mean, we're still in a suit against them, but they were sabotaging us essentially, which is interesting because their job is to build a business and make money, and it was more about ego and feelings. It's interesting. We were just working the whole time, so the story will probably come out.
Okay.
But, yeah,
so that's what's going to hold up the new recordings. You got to figure it out, or
hold it up. I mean, we terminated the contract last year.
Okay.
But we've been in a litigation now for almost a year, and the trial's in August. So
Okay.
we're
Well,
excited
obviously,
for
man, you got to keep it creative.
that. Yeah.
Doing a lot of shows. Now I know you were out on the Juggalo Invasion. Man, that's got to be insane with Twisted. Talk about that.
I mean, that core audience is so passionate about the bands they love, and I admire that. Just anybody that really gives a shit in life,
Right.
I can respect. And even if it's not your thing, the passion that you can derive from someone like that.
Yeah, it's
great.
not easily done. You got to respect it.
And they've been doing it for 20 years, and they just built such a strong core. And it's not like the rock crowd or the rap crowd or the Warped Tour crowd. It is this own niche environment, and I tell you, they throw down harder than a lot of the rock crowds we've played for. So I got a lot of respect for that world.
That's beautiful. Now, this one is the Anti-System Revolution
Yeah.
tour. Tell us about the concept between that.
Well, I think when you get to the point that we got to, and you realize the system is flawed, and you start to rebel against the system, and we became the anti-system because I think a lot of bands are feared into believing they can't change their direction, and a lot of them maybe don't have the money to fight the big guy, or they don't have the will or just the knowledge of what to do if they get fucked. And we prepared for this moment, and we're fighting the label because it's bigger than just us.
Yeah.
It's been happening to a lot of other bands, and we just felt like if we have to be the spokesman for us, and it leads to other people feeling like it's okay to come forth and say, hey, this happened to me too, the same story.
Yeah.
You know, then
Well, every good, band or artist deserves a chance to be heard, how they want to be heard. And, we've lost so many icons. I mean, lost Bowie, lost Prince in the last few months. What do people like that mean to you or inspire you?
I mean, obviously it's unfortunate to see someone go. I think it's cool to know what they left behind for other people. I think that's, when you're an artist, that's what you want to do. You want to leave something behind. It's like a paper trail, and there's only one guaranteed thing in life, and we're all going to die at some point. So It's a very human thing for everyone to go to. It's not surprising, these guys live in a mental seclusion because they're surrounded by people that just want stuff from them. And I think that unless you live that, you don't really understand what that does to your mental stability. And at some point you just feel like there is nowhere to go. The only place you're alone is when you're going to the bathroom. And even though your reality's changed, so I think it's sad, but I think that they did things the way they wanted to do on their own terms, and I think they're probably happy about that at the end.
Was there an era of Bowie that was your favorite or one that inspired you?
I think Ziggy was probably, that's maybe more of a cliche answer, but I like that era a lot. I thought the way he went out was fantastic, and to know in that moment when they were recording Black Star and the way they released that video, how haunting it was, and he's he knew he was going to die, and the
Yeah.
label knew, and they knew the time frame when he was going to die. Just how that, I mean, that was just, you could hear it in his voice, you know. The thing I liked about him too is it wasn't about auto-tuning the voice. It was about his performance. It was about the conviction, and you believed all the words he was saying, and like he knew his time was coming, and that's why I think it made it so much more powerful. And believability is something that's so lost because all these companies are manufacturing bands instead of finding them and
organic.
Yes, and that's what's wrong, you know.
Everybody's looking for a shortcut. There's no shortcut.
There isn't, and a lot of the real artists, they've had stories, they've lived through some stuff. They didn't have rich parents that bought their careers, so they grew up on the Disney Channel. Like they were lucky. Those people were lucky, and the real artists are ones that really had some damaging moments, I think, and they had some retrospective view on things that they share with people, and then that connection is then echoed because they're like, wow, I'm not alone here. I can relate to that, you know? So that's the disappointing thing, and that's kind of what Generation Fuckstar means. Like, we're in a time where it's all about manufacturing, and everything's so watered down, and that's a shame. But I think the good stuff is there, and the fans that want the good stuff are still there. They just need a reason to follow up again.
Yeah, sometimes you got to shake them up and let them know. I mean, Prince was always steadfastly independent. He fought the label. He wanted to do things his way. A lot of people laughed at him when he just said, no, I'm a symbol. Don't even call me Prince. But there's a method to his madness. I mean, he left an incredible body of work. They said there's 2,000-3,000 songs we haven't even heard yet.
Wow.
So what did you like most about Prince, or what inspired you through his musicality or his stance to fight for artists?
I mean, to be honest, I didn't follow his career close enough to even give you a really honest opinion, you know?
But the fact he wanted to stand up and let artists beat themselves, you know, it wasn't just for him. He nurtured other artists. It's something good for all of us.
I think that's what you do. You set up the next of kin, you know, and then, like, a lot of people, Dre did that with Eminem, and like, you know, Usher did that with Bieber or whatever. That's not a great example, but you do nurture the next generation. It seems like he did try to do that.
Yeah. Now tell us about this band, because I know you've handpicked and got, you know, your ultimate band going here. Tell us how you found these guys, and what is the chemistry that really makes it work?
I mean, the chemistry is just, we have the same goal.
Yeah.
You know, we're all pulling the reins to the same place. And that's the ultimate advice I would give any up-and-coming young band or any person putting together something, is you have to have the same end game, or it's going to splinter at some
Got to be moving in the same direction.
Absolutely. The way it came together was pretty by accident. Our drummer was the drummer of Static X, and we were open. And I would watch him play every night, and I was like, I want that guy to drum for me. And it ended up working out. And Needles and I have been together since the beginning, and Nico and Derek and I, you know, we've been playing together for a couple years now. But Derek was a big fan of mine. Every time we played Atlanta, Georgia, his band would open for us, and he was the when our bass player left to go join Combi Christ, he was the guy that we were just like, he's the dude, like we knew. And Nico was an accident. He was a friend of one of my best friends, Michelle Starr, and we wanted that Slash type guitar player that had like a John vibe kind of potential, and he was just the guy we knew right away, and he's killed it on the new record. I mean, I couldn't be happier with how the guitar playing came out.
That's amazing. Now, I know you've played with some incredible, you know, artists over the years. I see you played with Static X. Learn anything from Wayne? What not to do?
I'll be political about that. You know, actually, I will say this. There was a night in Dayton, and I think the club kind of screwed over all the bands, didn't pay the bands, and I remember he paid us out of pocket because everything counted for us.
Yeah, he could have easily said, hey, this is the deal, but...
Yeah, they got screwed out of their money, and he still paid us, and I thought that was respectable and admirable. We didn't talk much, you know, and
Okay.
he kind of had his thing with Tara, and they stayed on the bus till pretty close to when they played. So I
Right.
really never got a chance to visit too much, but I would like to believe that he did, you know, he loved his metal, and he kind of wanted things on his own terms, and I think you got to surround yourself with the right people.
Yeah, no
if I could
question.
say anything about that situation.
Now, who's on the wish list? If you could be touring with anyone or even be on a festival with, sharing a stage, who would it be?
I think one of our favorite bands is in this moment right now. We love Korn. We love Rob Zombie, obviously.
Man.
We're into like the Five Finger Death Punch stuff too.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of great bands on 11/7.
Oh, yeah.
Fade, like
A lot of people say, rock is dead, all the best rock is the old, but there's some good bands. Like you say, that tour package going out like that, Five Finger with In This Moment and Rob Zombie, and those bands, 11/7 with Motley Crue and all that, what they've done is independently major.
Yeah, and it's that world. I mean, I think Another Century is doing the same
Hell
kind
yeah,
of
all
thing.
those bands over there. Escape to Fate.
It's those two labels are really doing something exciting, and I think Roadrunner was doing it for a while,
Yeah.
and they're still doing great stuff. I think the next tier is more realistic for us right now. We'll get to the Roadrunner bands. We'll get to the that. But I think for the next jump, we'd love to do Korn in this moment.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be awesome. Davey, we can't wait to hear the new music. I know you're going to rip it up in Unholywood tonight.
We're good to be home after 5 weeks. Fuck.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
See you next time.
Thanks, guys, for watching.